Hi everyone, my name is Naikyo Zan, and today I'm going to give a presentation with my teammates Yuzhou Huang and Huayu Shi about the topic about 2020 US election under the COVID-19 pandemic. So let me give a brief introduction here. 2020 election is kind of different from before. So when the mainstream media had announced Biden's victory, Trump is still fighting several lawsuits in those swing states. He does not admit the result. So every day that the information are too messy for us, but we can distinguish it by our own. Ignore the result. Data could tell us something. So today we are going to focus on pre-election polls and election results, popularity points calculation, retrieve tweets that hashtags of COVID-19, Joe Biden, and real Donald Trump, word frequency measurement, and sentiment analysis. So right now I'm going to give to Huayu Shi to talk about the first part.
Hi guys, I'm Huayu and I'm going to talk about the pre-election polls and election results. So we first find the data about, next slide please, election pool, and the data has 34 columns. We only focus on following columns: state, sample size, end date, answer, and percentage. Then we would like to investigate what happened among the swing states. Here we choose Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, and North Carolina. The data was then divided into two sets. First is Biden's support rate in above states. Another is Trump's support rate. Then we set the support rate as y-axis and date as x-axis and plot the line graph showing the support rate of Biden and Trump. The orange line stands for Trump's support rate, and the blue line stands for Biden's support rate. From the graph, we can find that in the initial stage of this year, from January to May, the orange line and blue line were twisted, which means the support rate of Biden and Trump were very close. As time went by, two lines started to separate. From May 2020, in Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania, the support rate of Biden started to higher than Trump's. In Georgia and North Carolina, the similar pattern happened in the late October. In Florida, the support rate of the two were very close until the election. Nevertheless, we still cannot say that the changes in poll results were caused by COVID-19 pandemic. We wanted to check the changes in the pandemic situation within these swing states, especially from January to October 2020. We asked the data of daily new confirmed case of US in different states from CDC, and they still haven't responded. Unfortunately, we found another dataset contains the vote results and the COVID-19 case number based on each county until November 2nd. We also focus on about 6 swing states and try to find out the relation between the pandemic and the vote results. So first, as we did above, we also separated into two sets, which are the counties where Biden won and the counties where Trump won. In the graph, the y-axis suggested the COVID-19 case rate within each county. Each bar stands for county. Please next slide. The bars with red color are the county where was dominant. Bars with blue color are the county where Biden was dominant. Then we compare the case rate of counties where Biden won to the cases rate of counties where Trump won by t-test. The statistical analysis indicated that in Pennsylvania and Michigan, the average case rate of counties where Biden won was significantly higher than the counties where Trump won. So far, according to the above result, in Pennsylvania and Michigan, Biden won where the pandemic were more serious. So voters may hope to elect a president who can make some change to alter the situation. Okay, here's my first part about the scenario before the election. My teammate will introduce more after the election using Twitter API.
Thank you, Huayu. So right now I'm going to talk about the popularity points compared here. Actually, we designed a function that could help us to calculate the popularity score between the Trump and Biden's tweets. So Here is about the Trump's Twitter that what we learned from the class. We use these codes to crowd the Trump's Twitter, and we retrieved 150 tweets from Trump's Twitter account. And since it's a list of tweet model, and it could not be used for the function later, we put it in the list of dictionary. So in the dictionary. So we are going to this is a loop that we use for the dictionary. We did the same things to Biden's tweet as well. We drag 150 the latest tweets from his account and put it in the dictionary. This is the popularity score calculation that we did here. So in this codes, we put the favorites counts as 60% of the popularity score, and the retweets counts as 40% of the popularity score. After this setting, we add them together to find out the final result. And because we got like 150 tweets by each Twitter account, so we are going to sum them all, and this will return a final result about their popularity score. So this is a result. It's really too easy to see that Trump got 2.2 million points here, and Biden got 2 million points here. Obviously, that Trump is facing more concentrate about the people in the United States, and people usually like to focus more on Trump's every single detail in their daily life. But actually, this does not represent that which one is be more liked. But we can see that people is can see like focus on Trump more than Biden here. So if we want to find out which one is more liked by people, I'm going to give it to I'm going to give it to Yuzhou Huang to talk about the more detail about this.
Yeah, in the third part of our analysis, we want to find insights by mining tweets that mention COVID-19 together with Joe Biden and COVID-19 together with the real Donald Trump separately. The analysis will display word frequency of and a diagram of those tweets. Next slide, please. Also, we will implement the sentiment analysis algorithm to compute polarity on each tweet, regardless the bias of the algorithm text block. Our analysis will just interpret the findings. So by computing the polarity mean, you can see Biden is slightly higher than Trump's polarity mean. We might we mined 2000 tweets to compute the result. Now I will show you guys how we did in Jupyter Notebook. Yeah. So that's all the libraries we imported in Jupyter Notebook. After we request 2000 tweets mention COVID-19 and Joe Biden, we convert the JSON into dictionary in Panda for inserting the cleaning tags function. So basically we have to remove the symbols, hyperlinks, and some RT words in front of the tags. So after we transformed the data to be more cleaner, so we insert the NLTK library to tokenize the tweets into tokens by removing meaningless word and also some non-alphanumeric characters. We use the word cloud to display the results. Here, you guys can see not not a lot of word related to COVID-19, but depends on the assumption we made. We argue that Biden needs Biden need might be related to COVID-19. So after that, we also use functions to display the diagram, basically two words are mentioned very frequently. So also not too much, but then we use the sentiment analysis algorithm to compute the polarity means. So here you guys can see how we compute the polarity means. So we use the same code to compute the Trump's tweets. Also, we request 2,000 tweets. So the Trump's polarity mean is slightly lower than Trump. So our finding is that we can't see is Biden is more popular or Trump is more popular, but just finding is still Biden's slightly higher than Trump's polarity mean. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuzhou. So that's all of our presentation. Any question?